The cameras were supposed to capture a glamorous night, but what they caught instead was the royal fairy tale cracking in real time. Meghan dazzling in gold, Harry stiff, distant, and visibly fuming. One moment, they were the it couple on the carpet, and the next, a storm was brewing right there in front of flashing cameras. Whispers from people close to the event say this wasn't a small tiff. This was the night everything boiled over. The Paris betrayal, the Marcus factor, the years of built-up tension. The air wasn't just cold, it was electric. And there's so much to unpack here, from that brutal New York moment to quiet whispers of trial separation to the growing cracks inside Montecito's golden walls. We don't have all day, so let's get into it. It started with a flash, the kind that usually comes with fairy tales. Meghan, wrapped in a flawless gold gown, swept into the gala with a smile that could sell a movie. Harry, on the other hand, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else but there. At first, it was easy to miss. The cameras focused on the poses, the designer labels, the glow. But one small moment changed everything. A brief exchange, Harry leaning in, Meghan pulling away, and just like that, the illusion cracked. Whispers from people close to the event say the tension wasn't new. This was the night it boiled over. Meghan was in full red carpet mode, waving at photographers, while Harry kept his eyes low, his jaw tight. Some guests claimed they barely spoke to each other through the entire night. Others swore the energy around them felt. Then came the moment that set the internet ablaze, Meghan taking the lead, Harry trailing behind. That single clip, barely 10 seconds long, went viral within hours. Not because of what was said, but because of what wasn't. Observers online called it the beginning of the end. To them, it wasn't a fight, it was a performance unraveling. Whispers say the real spark behind Harry and Meghan's New York explosion didn't start in New York at all. It started in Paris. While Meghan's solo trip to the City of Light was wrapped in glamour and carefully staged photo ops, it carried a different weight for Harry. Because this wasn't just any city. It was the same place where his mother, Princess Diana, lost her life. For Harry, Paris is haunted ground. What made it worse? Sources claim Meghan didn't just visit. She reportedly filmed content near the Pont de Lama tunnel, the same location tied to one of Harry's deepest scars. To many, that was more than tone deaf. To Harry, it was betrayal wrapped in PR sparkle. People close to the couple say this was a moment Harry couldn't shake. The tension began to simmer after Paris, and by the time they hit that red carpet in New York, it was ready to boil over. Observers describe it as the real breaking point. Not the cameras, not the gala, but Paris, a wound Harry never wanted reopened. Behind every storm, there's usually a name whispered just a little too often. And in this story, that name is Marcus Anderson. Insiders say Marcus has been a constant in Meghan's orbit for years. He's not just a friend, he's the one who's always there. From the Toronto days to Montecito power lunches, Marcus isn't on the sidelines, he's in the inner circle. And for Harry, that's reportedly been a sore spot. Whispers say Meghan and Marcus have a chemistry, not romantic but strategic. He's the PR whisperer, the gatekeeper, the one who knows which cameras to smile at and when to step into the spotlight. Some even claim Meghan trusts Marcus more than she trusts anyone else in that world. At the New York Gala, sharp-eyed observers noticed Marcus again, nearby, close enough to see everything unfold. And the rumor mill went into overdrive. Was this just another public appearance? Or was Harry realizing in real time that he wasn't the one steering the narrative anymore? For many watchers, this wasn't just about one night. It was the sign of a power dynamic slowly tilting away from Harry and right into Marcus's perfectly polished hands. If Meghan and Harry were ever on the same page, that page has officially been torn in two. Whispers from those close to the couple say this isn't just about an argument or a bad night. It's about two completely different worlds colliding. Meghan thrives in the spotlight. She knows how to own a camera, how to turn a moment into a headline, how to turn a walk down a carpet into a story trending worldwide. Harry? He's the opposite. He's never hidden his hatred for the press. To him, every flash is a reminder of the worst night of his life. And that clash was on full display in New York. Meghan was glowing, waving, fully in her element, while Harry followed behind like a man caught in a spotlight he didn't ask for. Insiders say this moment wasn't just awkward, it was symbolic. Meghan chasing fame, Harry chasing peace. And between those two desires, the marriage was caught in the middle. Observers have even called it the moment the mask slipped. Because no matter how perfectly rehearsed the smiles are, you can't fake energy. On paper, Harry and Meghan were supposed to be celebrated, humanitarians of the year, walking into that New York gala like global changemakers. But beneath the bright lights, a different story was unfolding. Whispers say even before the event began, there were grumbles. Some questioned what exactly the couple was being honored for. Others pointed out that their Archewell foundation, while glossy in presentation, has often struggled to show concrete impact. And then came the red carpet performance, polished, choreographed, and just a little too perfect. Observers say the entire night felt more like a brand launch than a humanitarian event. Meghan glowing for the cameras, Harry visibly distant. Critics online were quick to ask if this was supposed to be about giving back. Why did it feel so much like selling a story? Insiders claim this was the tipping point for many watchers, the moment when the power couple narrative started to feel like a hollow crown. And for Harry, that hollowing out was personal. Fame was one thing, but selling a cause? That stung. This wasn't just a gala, it was a spotlight on the cracks in their empire. Once the red carpets fade, the cameras go quiet, and the headlines move on, there's still Montecito, the palace they built for themselves. But insiders whisper that what happens behind those walls looks nothing like the glossy image. Sources close to the couple claim Harry and Meghan have been living more like polite housemates than a power couple. Meghan spends her days strategizing with PR allies, attending exclusive brunches, and keeping her name alive in the headlines. Harry, meanwhile, is said to retreat into quieter routines, walks with the dogs, moments with the kids, long stretches away from the noise. Whispers say the emotional distance is no longer subtle, it's routine. The fairy tale home has reportedly turned into two different worlds existing under one roof, and that's the part most people don't see. It's not just tension at events, it's a silence that follows them home. Observers note that what was once shared ambition is now a tug-of-war between Meghan's relentless spotlight chase and Harry's craving for stillness. The house may be enormous, but the distance between them is bigger. For months, the whispers have grown louder, and now insiders say the word separation has quietly entered their private conversations. According to those close to the situation, Meghan and Harry have reportedly discussed what a trial separation might look like. Nothing explosive, no dramatic public divorce, just a quiet, carefully managed step back, a way to test the waters without detonating the brand they've spent years building. And that's the key here, the brand. Observers say they can't just walk away from each other, not the way ordinary couples do. Their name is a business. Their marriage is the centerpiece of an empire. Books, deals, speaking gigs, foundations. It's not just personal, it's profitable. Whispers suggest their closest allies have been advising them to be strategic, to maintain appearances even as they navigate their distance. It's a golden cage of their own making. To the public, it's still Harry and Meghan. Behind the scenes, it's more like two business partners deciding what happens next. Once upon a time, their love story was their greatest weapon. The rebel prince and the Hollywood star, a narrative so perfect it sold itself. But insiders say what the world sees now is just the carefully painted shell of what used to be. Every red carpet, every perfectly posed shot, every affectionate handhold caught on camera isn't just romance, it's choreography. Observers note that the fairy tale magic that once felt real now looks like a performance on loop. Whispers from those in their circle hint that the trust isn't the same, the fire isn't the same, and neither of them seems willing to admit just how cold things have gotten. Harry's eyes tell one story, Meghan's smile tells another. This isn't a love story anymore, it's a production, a script that's running out of lines. And if the rumors of a trial separation turn out to be true, what happens next might not be a quiet fade-out. It might be the royal implosion the world has been waiting for. This is Hollywood Daily Reports. Subscribe now, because if this storm really breaks, you'll want to be here for every second of it.